everyone, and welcome back to The Sims Medieval, here in Mossstone Kingdom. And we are back with Brother Davis, who has apparently just learned that Brayden, who is known as King Frogo, the formerly cursed frog, actually loves family. Oh my gosh, I wonder if that means he actually does feel something for Janetti, our spy, with whom he has had a child already, or if perhaps that conflicts with his desire to possibly try to convince Queen Briarrose to take his hand in marriage and unite their kingdoms. Quite the intrigue, but Brother Davis does not actually care about that. He is quite excited because we are passing along the faith of the Watcher and trying to carry on by learning the desires of the congregation who have started to come to us. We're out of touch with the people. The cultural fair has really showed Brother Davis that, and he wants to be able to understand their needs, understand their desires, and possibly convince them to stay with the Patarian faith. So we're going to talk to each of these, each of the people who came, and we're going to ask them their desires and see what they happen to answer. And I'm kind of tempted to convert a few of them to the Patarian faith. I feel like King Frogo might be right on the edge of that, but let's see what his desires are first. I want to embrace your culture, and you with it. I love you all. Help me do this. So Brother Davis, he is very dedicated, and he is a good person. So he does sincerely mean what he has to say, and he wants to know what the desires of the congregation are. No offense, but Patarian robes are so 5th century. We'd love to have something more stylish, like what the Magnet of Garb has been making. Good point, King Frogo. I could see how you would be hesitant to join the Patarian faith if it means that you would kind of lose a little bit of your sense of style and the way people regard you. Especially since you lost your kingdom to, you know, your ex-wife turning you into a frog because you couldn't keep your hands to yourself. Let's come over and speak, ask about health, get to know. Ask the desires. Let's also come over and actually let's do Watcher's favor and then ask about health and get to know and then ask about desires to Flower Seller Penelope. Oh, she doesn't have any room. All right, let's back up a little bit. Patarian faith, Watcher's favor, ask about health. There we go. You're a little, whoa, Nelly there. Dragon returned and brought some gold. Sorry about that. Get to know. The Queen's bird came back and she's off to go read something. She has been busy reading quite a bit lately. All right, there we go. Back to the lovely flower seller Penelope. Let's find out what she wants from her faith. We're getting tired, but he's dedicated, so I think he would push through it in order to find everything out. Did we learn anything about her? Darn. I was really hoping we'd figure out more of their traits as we went through everything. Alright, what does Flower Seller Penelope say that she wants? So that Brother Davis may understand the needs of the people on the level that Queen Briarrose just hasn't quite grasped. He's going to understand their spiritual needs. And lately, Queen Briarrose has been focusing on their material needs. They've been really happy with that, but is that really all they want? Okay, Penelope, let's ask about your desires. And she says to Brother Davis, have you heard of liqueur? It's what the coolest people are drinking these days, like the Executioner. I would find that concerning. I am somewhat alarmed for you, like Flower Seller Penelope, somewhat alarmed. All right, let's come in and let's actually speak with Marcello the villager, the most humble of all of the people who have yet come. Let's maybe confide our worries. Let's confide worries to him, but as a way of like trying to confide his worries. We don't. Oh, it takes energy to give Watcher's favor. What? All right, let's confide worries and pray with him, and then maybe get to know him and ask about his desires. And meanwhile, little Smith Renarin in the background is playing in our little wash pot, and that's kind of adorable. All right, so I didn't know that's where all of his energy was going. It uses up, I wonder what it does to the Sims that we give the Watcher's favor to then. Can we get the Watcher's favor? Maybe through praying? We'll have to try that next time. All right, let's finish praying. Come on, takes a hot minute. What just happened there? Does that happen every time they pray? I forgot about that. But now we're really feeling the Watcher's smile. Oh, so that would happen if, that's what would happen if he prayed himself. That's so cool. Alright, so now we're trying to get to know Marcelo the villager. Let's see what he has to say about life. Are we gonna get to know any of his traits? No. Alright, but we are gonna get to know his desires. Apparently it's somewhat alarming to Brother Davis. Have you heard of mood lighting? The lamps in your cathedral make it look like I have goiters. Okay, so make the cathedral look a little nicer with better lamps. These people are very materialistic. Surely, we're just gonna have to like leap to asking about desires because we're very tired now. But surely Gardana wants something more out of all of this. She's a guard after all. Uh-oh, we're not enjoying what she has to say either. You need to work on your sermon stories. I usually nap during them. What? Alright, that was a lot to take on. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go ahead. We're going to allow Brother Davis to sleep. And now, if I want my congregation to be happy, I need to get some better religious attire for them. Something with pizzazz. Ask Lady Briar Rose the Great to help with religious fashion. Interesting. Now that I know what my congregation desires, I should talk to Lady Briar Rose the Great. I could use her help again. Interesting! So he's actually going to try to do this. He has possibly heard of the success that Queen Briar Rose has had with, you know, being able to lead the kingdom in material ways, and he might want to replicate it. Also, where the heck are we going? We're gonna go put away a book. And then don't argue with Deidre. I do feel like I want to do something with Deidre, though. Deidre is the Smithmaster of Crafthole, but we've never gotten along with her. Ever. Belittle her womanhood, call a milk-eyed knave. I think that we'll belittle her just in passing, because she's a jerk, and we really don't like her at all. There we go. Alright, and then, okay, we belittled her, and now let's go ahead and go to sleep. I don't care if I just made her angry. We're the queen. We can do that from occasion to occasion, Deidre. And then, oh dear, another evil guard? Oh, our town watchman is evil? Oh, so many evil Sims. And I wonder, what would Her Royal Majesty want to do now? Also, Randolph, it looked like you were getting a bald spot. It looks like he has a bald spot from up here. That's funny. But I feel like she's really gotten into the books lately, and she might want to do more research. And home is where the heart is from socialization. That's so interesting. I wonder who gave her that boost. So I sort of feel like she would want to get more books to represent the research that she wants to do and represent, it's hard to maintain a good friendship. Marquise Kira and Lady Briar Rose the Great are no longer friends. Curses. But I think she'd want to get maybe more books to represent the kingdom and represent her interest growing. So I'm going to go ahead and get Lady Briar Rose another book, but like another set of books, and maybe set her room up to have like a little reading alcove. So I'll work on that when she wakes up. Come on, Briar Rose. And then how is Brother Davis? He is sleeping too. He's actually, let's see. Wait, what? Mysterious shuffling sounds slowly began to stir Brother Davis from his slumber. With sudden alarm, he realized that there was another presence in the room. Lying perfectly still, Brother Davis weighs his opinions. Should he take a peek? If Brother Davis could carefully get a peek at the intruder without being detected, maybe he could decide the best course of action. Or should he feign sleep? In time, the presence would leave on its own, or at least give Brother Davis a better opportunity to react to the intrusion. I think he would take a peek because he would think maybe it was related to his faith and like a guide from the Watcher had come. Peering through one barely opened eyelid, Brother Davis frantically searched for the source of the noise in the chamber. However, beyond his shallow breathing, the room was dark, still and quiet. It took many moments before he had calmed himself enough to go back to slumber. Oh, that's so interesting. Let's actually wake him up and warm his hands and make some food and then have him pray to the Watcher, because maybe he would take that totally as a sign that he should pray to the Watcher. Maybe he was woken up in the middle of the night out of a desire. Let's see. Let's wash up. And then just to give him some more boost. And then we'll have him pray. Yeah, I think he would have been woken up. That totally looks like the cats who do the patty paws in The Sims 4 cats and dogs, by the way. That's so cute. But I think he was woken up with this vision that he should tend to the needs of the Watcher. So we're going to let him go ahead and pray in the middle of the night. There we go. And now he's being watched over. And now let's actually have him perhaps write the Watcher for a little while. There. Pray forever. Geez, don't pray forever, buddy. I just meant for a little while. And we'll let him write down his experience. And then just as the sun is rising, I'm going to send him back to sleep. There. So that built up a little of his experience as well. But I think that was a nice way to set things up so that it really did feel like he was woken up in the middle of the night for the sake of a very important dream. And I do think he's going to go ask Lady Briarrose to help with the religious fashion. Because I think he realizes maybe there's a balance. And, I mean, Queen Briarrose has been focusing so much on the material things of late. But as a result, she has actually gotten more attention for the kingdom. And she has actually been able to, like, become more popular. I'm going to go ahead and have her just read something. Because I think that's what she would want to do. George, George, George of the Judgment Pit. That's hilarious. So I'm going to let her do that. We should probably cultivate Monarch, maybe Friendly, ask about musical preferences, and get to know that guildsman that just walked by. But even though we have been materialistic, we have also been successful with our popularity for the kingdom. So I do think that that has not escaped Brother Davis's note. Also, what do we need to do here? These are new. Pass an edict. Oh, that's always so interesting. Okay, we're going to need to pass an edict. And we need to hunt and kill the great bear? What? The slaying of a great bear will rouse the people of this kingdom and thin out the ever-growing population of great bears in the nearby forest. Wow, apparently Briarrose is really feeling like she needs to prove herself today. Or maybe she just doesn't want the frog leg stew that has been made for her. We're going to go ahead and grab a bowl anyway. But it's kind of funny to think that maybe everybody was gossiping about having to eat frog leg stew yet again in the castle, like the kitchen castle. And so Queen Briarrose has decided that after this, she will actually go and slay a great bear. She is quite the adept fighter after all, mostly because she's a high-level monarch. So it's like the hand of the Watcher is guiding her, actually. Convenient, that. Alright, and then over here, we need to convert a pirate to the Patarian faith, and we need to evangelize for 2 hours. Wonderful. Well, we did have some pretty interesting dreams. Let's make some food really quickly. Alright, let's just make some rabbit stew. I really need to send him into town so that we can eat something more. Come on, eat it. Go on, hurry, eat your rabbit soup. Meanwhile, Lady Briarrose is coming over here. I'm going to let her actually collect flowers. And I'm going to send him over here. And I'm going to say that Brother Davis saw Her Royal Majesty and heard, as the rumors reached the congregation, of her great bear slaying that she plans to do today. So we're going to go and try to get in on the popularity of the great bear slaying by giving her a blessing from the Watcher, and also asking her our question about what she thinks about the religious fashion that we need to, we kind of need to make a little more popular. Alright, yay! Let's send dragon treasure hunting. And you can't interact with the guard Alonzi, interestingly enough. Huh. That's interesting. I've seen other people interact with him. I guess we can't interact with our own guard. Phooey. Can I dig for treasure? Probably. I doubt we'd find anything here, though. So we'll just collect some flowers. There we go. Inesetta is coming. There! Wonderful. And now we actually... That makes sense that our servant would come. It just hit me. We are a monarch going out, so we might have some things that our servant would be expected to bring us. And Brother Davis, let's have him come over. And let's actually have him maybe give the Watcher's favor. I guess it would be polite to say something before we do that, though. So let's go ahead and ask about help for this journey that Her Royal Majesty will be taking into the forest. Let's discuss the state of the kingdom, and perhaps discuss artistic works. Oh, and discuss religion, And all of those things lead to asking her our grand question over the religious attire that the kingdom should be expected to have. So ask for help with religious fashion. Very last thing. Nice. We're being sociable. We've learned that she's agnostic, and now we are reaching out to her for help on the religious fashion that should hopefully attract the minds of the people of the kingdom. And the response is, I don't know about all that other stuff, but I know about fashion. I mean, just look at me. I'll get your congregation the style they want. In the meantime, maybe the magnets of the fair from the fair can help you with the other things your congregation wants. So there we go. Now Lady Briarrose is probably going to get something green. That's so cool. We should actually change the color of the congregation to green. And even if Briarrose is still agnostic herself, that would seem to bestow the queen's favor on the Patarian faith, when really she just is like, yeah, the color green's the best. You should all be wearing green. And so it would seem to be in alignment with the queen. That's such a clever way to do things. All right, so for her, I'll pick up some of the very fine fabrics from the village, something that drapes well. We are going to get stylish silks from the village, and for him, we are going to consult the magnate of liquor, and maybe we can find some sort of like holy grape juice that we can give out to the congregation, and that would be good. And then we need to speak with Sophia, the magnate of literature, in order to, let's go and maybe chat with her, in order to start working on finding other things, maybe more rousing sermons. This might be really good. He might get a bookshelf to reflect that he needs to keep on top of what the people are in touch with. And because he is so dedicated, I think that Brother Davis is determined to follow his good heart and try to meet the people in the middle. He understands that he needs to guide them to the ways of the Watcher, but he also must come at them from an angle that they find very appealing. Not that he has to sacrifice his feelings of like what he believes is right to do that though. But I could see how he's insecure, so he would kind of go with the more popular options. Alright, and meanwhile, Lady Briarrose is feeling a little morose out of the blue, possibly discussing faith and whatnot. So we're gonna have her go hunt for the Great Bear. Alright, that'll give her something to kind of stem off that energy. And also apparently is a powerful way to get experience that I had no idea about. Oh, it's the little orphan. We definitely need to stop and chat with the little orphan for a second. I mean, she's a little orphan. We'll go ahead. Let's make a silly face and tell her a joke and imagine we give her a little treat. I don't want to complain about work to the orphan. Oh, but she is dedicated, isn't she? Let's ask her maybe about what she has to do, like complain about work, but we'll pretend that we're asking her. Oh, the pit beast is growling as we pass by it. But we'll pretend we're asking her like how she feels about life. And then we'll wiggle our way over, collecting a few flowers along the way, to speak with the magnet. Where are you? Artistic works, state of the kingdom. To speak with the magnet of literature. All right, there we go. And I like the idea that Brother Davis is always looking out for the orphans. I wonder if when we get the other faith, they might always be looking out for the nobles and trying to butter up to the most wealthy Sims of the neighborhoods. That'll be interesting to see. Oh look, Inesetta is waiting for us to return from our mission of hunting the Great Bear. Briarrose tracked down a large black forest bear to its feeding ground. Surprisingly, the animal she dispatched the furry honey lover with a single blow, carving out 4 choice chunks of bear meat to take home. All right, now we have a better dinner. No wonder Inesetta was with us. We were doing it so that Inesetta could make better dinner because we weren't very impressed with the meal that she made. That's hilarious. All right, are we done with that? There's that. All right, and we even got a little bit of gold from it. Or did we get some gold from Dragon? Okay, we're going to send him treasure hunting. And then I'm going to send Lady Briarrose the Great in the direction, the general vicinity of the villages get stylish silks from the village. I might let her do a little bit of shopping because it's been a long time since she's been able to do that. And we have finally made it all the way over here to the cultural fair, where there are many pirates to convert to the Patarian faith, and there are many curious books lying around that might give us a little bit of advice and insight into the minds of the people. We understand the way of the Watcher through all of our research and study that we do, but it is time for Brother Davis to start learning about the minds of the people instead. So alright guys, if you could, please leave a like to give a nice flower to Brother Davis for being so kind to the orphans. If you would like to come and join Mossstone Kingdom and become a citizen under Lady Briarrose the Great, who will dress you excellently in green silk, I am sure, do please consider subscribing, and let me know what you guys think about the story so far, because I'm really loving playing with the quest as they're happening. I'm building off of the character traits and building off of the history of the characters to create something quite unique. It is very, very fun. And I'm really excited to see where the quests go. And like, there's just so much to do. Every time I come into Sims Medieval, I realize how little we have actually covered of how many things you can do in this game. And I'm so excited to see where we go in the future. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.